Hi, I'm Casually Clutching, and this is a brief comparison video between different types of movements in Crash NST. Note that the inputs displayed on the bottom left will always be for whatever is faster, which for every clip except for that first one will be whatever movement isn't running. For this comparison on the screen right now, I did test between holding jump and tapping jump. There was no difference whatsoever. These clips are being presented and compared in a hierarchical order, so the slower it is, the earlier it is in the video. Most of these early ones are just full of shit that you simply should not be doing, like breaking the slide part of a slide jump early. Contrastingly, but similarly, if you extend the shit out of your slide before you jump, then you're also losing time to just not doing that, but it's faster than breaking it instantly, I guess, so that's good knowledge. And as for the difference between whether you tap jump or hold jump when you're chaining these slide jumps, it seems to be that holding jumps is usually worse by like a very small amount. And that's probably because you're getting less of the slide. I definitely wouldn't recommend living or dying by this comparison video though. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think this whole ghosting way of comparing things is really nice, but you have to keep in mind that I just end the comparison whenever I get to the edge of the level, regardless of where I am in the sequence. So some of these comparisons may be ending right after it does the slow part of the sequence, and then others might be ending right after they do the fast part of a sequence. You just have to keep that in mind. This is NST science. It's as good as it gets. The alternative would have been ending a sequence at the end of a chain. However, that would require some eyeballing, and my samples would have came out to be shorter. I reckon they came out fine thanks to the length of my samples, and the fact that most parts of these movement chains are at least relatively similar in speed, except with the Mach Tornadoes spin, in which case I did just do the eyeballing, because there's a part that's really fucking slow and a part that's really fucking fast, as you'll see later, so it just made more sense. Something really interesting is that lengthened slide spins are slower than shortened slide spins, which was not thought to be the case. It's 1.36 versus 1.4. I don't know why that myth existed, but it doesn't really seem to be valid. That's a pretty significant difference, all things considered. Anyways, we're starting to get into the big boy stuff now, the really fast shit. There is some really interesting stuff here. At the end of the video, I am going to be comparing some of the more interesting stuff one by one, like double slide spinning versus regular slide spinning, for example. Just because like they're so close and they challenge previous knowledge, and it's nice to get a closer look at these comparisons more directly. Shout out to Crody and Silver, by the way, they are the only reasons that this video exists. The Mach Tornado had to be done in Boneyard because I couldn't get the Death Tornado spin in the dev level. So for hobslides, there's something like an 8-frame window where you can spin to continue chaining the hobslide. The closer you get to 40 frames, the faster your hobslides are. However, note that the difference between 48 frames and 40 frames seems to be exponential, which explains why the time save between 46 and 44 frames was greater than the time save from 44 frames to 41 frames. The closer you get to 40 frames, the less it matters. And as you can see, we've moved away from comparing everything original to running, and now we're just comparing things that are interesting. Also, this one's a bit of a side note, the Crash 2 and 3 model moves faster than the Crash 1 model. The jumping comparison from earlier was done with the Crash 2 and 3 model, but I did test it out later, and the Crash 1 model was the same, 1.05. Anyways, that was sprinting against shortened slide spinning. Now we have shortened slide spinning against lengthened slide spins, kind of more direct proof that it's faster. Slide spinning is a little bit faster with the Death Tornado spin, probably because the spin timer is a little bit shorter. Alright, and I didn't include it because there's no difference, but I can confirm that slide spinning with shoes does nothing. This upcoming one, double slide spinning versus slide spinning, I swear to fucking god it's identical. 1.01x, I don't care. It's human error. I'm not going to p-hack the data, but I am going to tell you that they are the exact same, I swear to god. However, do note that double sliding is faster as long as you land naturally. It's when you force them unnaturally is when you don't get the time save. Anyways, that's everything without mask form. Now we're going to be moving on to everything with mask form, partially because I completely forgot it existed up until I'd already uploaded the video for the first time. So to start us out, running with mask form is 1.24 times the speed of running, which is the exact same as sprinting, by the way. Also interestingly, as you'll see later, sprinting with mask form is the same thing as running with mask form. And slide spinning and slide jumping with mask form is the same thing as slide spinning and slide jumping without mask form. But glitched tech like Mach Tornadoes and hobslides is notably faster. It also seems as though tight hobs matter a lot more when you have mask form than when you don't have mask form, which is the opposite case when you're hobsliding without mask form, unless my science is bad, but I think it's good. Anyways, that's the video, hope it helps, bye!